Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Heart Gold with only one Munchlax was slow, but still faster than expected. Let's follow that up with an absolute nightmare. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Shuckle? Alright, you probably know the gimmick of this Pokemon, but if you don't already, then look at the screen. An absolutely insane base defense and special defense of 230, but a health of 20, attack and special attack of 10, and a speed of 5. We're insanely tanky, but with a trade-off of almost no ability to deal decent damage, low health, and we are literally as slow as it gets. We're tied with Munchlax for the slowest Pokemon in the series. Onto the level up moves, and once again, this list of moves is not instilling hope in me. Constrict is a 10 power move being used by a 10 base attack Pokemon who isn't normal type, so I can only assume that I'm gonna do 1 damage. The only move that we learn by level up that I actually want is Rest. I mean, why do we even learn Bide? We have a high defense and low health Pokemon. That's literally the opposite of what you want in a Bide Pokemon. By TM moves, I'm seeing stuff that I want, but most of it is really late game. Like, right away, everyone's probably thinking that Toxic is gonna be amazing, but you can't get Toxic in Gen 2 until Kanto, so not until after we beat the Pokemon Champion. How about the TM for Defense Curl so that we can get more out of Rollout? Nah, that needs Waterfall, so even that's late game too. How about Curse? That'd be amazing, right? That's also in Kanto. Is there any TM that I even want in Johto other than Return? This is gonna be rough. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. This is gonna be an absolute nightmare. There's a reason why I've held off on doing another Shuckle run for 2 years. I do think I can beat Lance though, and I think I've got a decent shot at beating Red if the strategy that I have in mind ends up working out. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Shuckle. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So, right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Chikorita with Shuckle so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him Hoovy, because he's got the juice. Okay, so I don't normally bother with IVs, but I actually kind of have to make sure mine are decent, so I tried restarting a few times until we got a decent one. I know in Gen 2 that it's gotta be male or else it'll have less attack. IVs are kind of weird in this game. I'm still not great at reading the IVs, but as far as I can tell, this third Shuckle that we have seems to have a lot of potential attack and speed, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Our defense and special defense is going to be awesome no matter what we do, and we're never going to use special attack, so I just want to make sure that we have as much attack and speed as possible. So what you're seeing right now is me trying to make a level 2 Sentret Feint. I can only assume with our 6 attack and 10 power move that we're doing about 1 damage. We can win, but it takes a minute and a half just to beat one Pokemon. Now, you guys always say to use speed up, and I do sometimes, but I never use speed up while recording footage for gym fights and stuff because I think it looks really ugly. I think it looks way nicer if I record at normal speed and then speed up the footage in editing to match whatever I'm talking about. In this run though, if I didn't speed up recording boss fights though, then we're looking at it taking an hour or more just to get enough attempts in to see if I could beat some of the bosses or not. So if I end up having to speed things up and the footage looks kind of ugly, that's why. Sacrifices have to be made so that we can have a Shuckle run today. Now give me a while to grind against some super weak Pokemon because we need every single level that we can get. So by the time we get to the Flying Gym Leader, we're level 13 and you can instantly see the nightmare scenario that we've walked into. Pidgey spams Mud Slap, destroying our accuracy right off the bat. Considering we're a Pokemon that needs to land roughly 1 million hits to make anything faint, this is a horrible way to start. Alright, so I went to Bellsprout Tower to get some levels. I really don't know what I'm gonna do though. I might just have to power level on a bunch of level 5 Pokemon, Gen 1 style. We don't learn any more attacking moves, Encore doesn't help us when he's already using Mud Slap from the start, Safeguard doesn't protect us from accuracy losses, and Rest would just give us more health. There isn't a single move that we can learn by level up to help us make them faint faster or protect our accuracy, so I think I literally just have to grind until we can brute force our way through the fight. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if we have to max out our effort values before we can beat the first gym. Okay, an hour later and we're level 20. Now I tried this over and over because I got very close a few times. Here's what I've learned. You take 1 damage per attack from Pidgey, and you take 2 damage per hit from Pidgeotto. You'd think that 6 defense boosts would be enough for Pidgeotto to do 1 damage, but weirdly enough, it still does 2, even when it crits. Outside of that, it's all just luck on if you hit or not. To make it worse, Wrap isn't 100 accuracy, so it's extra inaccurate when our accuracy has been dropped by 6 stages. This took a dozen tries, but eventually we simply got lucky enough with hitting enough times to win. Okay, so while we travel, I just realized that we have another potential nightmare scenario coming up. Okay, so we have the rival fight before we can get to Goldenrod, right? And he opens that fight with Ghastly. Yeah, you see where this is going. We can't get any good non-normal type attacking moves until we get to the national park and get Dig. We can learn Bide, but that only hits ghosts in Gen 1, not Gen 2. There is one move we can learn, it's just not a very good one, Mud Slap. I mean, if it's what we've got, then at least I'm happy I can hit Gengar, and I'm happy that Gengar's part poison type. Mud Slap isn't gonna cut it once we get to the Ghost Gym, though. That might need Dig or Rollout. Hey, we beat the Hiker first try, and he only took out 2/3 of our health. Doesn't that just fill you with confidence? Yeah, so our first try at the Bug Gym, and we don't make it to Scyther because his dud Kakuna keeps poisoning us, so we faint before we even get to it. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm trying the rival fight first. You know what? The rival fight went great. We never got hit by Hypnosis, we only got stalled for a little bit on Zubat Supersonic, and Quilava wasn't that bad to take down with Mud Slap. I expected a lot worse. Well, I guess I gotta go grind in the woods to get ready for this Bug Gym then. Okay, so I tried the Bug Gym some more. This time maxing out my defense early after using 4 Mud Slaps to damage Metapod's accuracy. Problem is, now Bugsy sends out Scyther next. I was hoping a Shuckle with 6 defense raises would be too tanky for Scyther to take down, but we got slaughtered by Fury Cutter. It builds power every time it hits in a row, and it's only got a 1 in 10 chance of missing. Okay, some well-timed misses might save this for us, so I'm gonna keep trying. So I want to show you this. This is at level 32, and it took forever to get to this level, by the way. I probably have my effort values maxed out. I should have probably just used Rare Candy at this point. This is literally the luckiest try at Scyther I've ever gotten, and we only got his health to just above red. Problem is, I can't just grind forever, because if I hit level 37, I learn Rest. It doesn't help me in this fight because of Fury Cutter, but I'll need it for the rest of the run. If I learn it now though, then I'd need to get rid of something that I actually need to use in this gym, since I use every move in this gym. I think I just need to hit level 36 and then keep trying until I get lucky enough to win. Okay, 47 attempts. After 47 attempts at level 36, we finally got this one try where we won. Of those 47 attempts, we only dropped him into red health twice. This fight requires an absurd amount of misses at the perfect timing for us to stand any chance at winning. Now excuse me while I rush to get better moves. So now that I can get to Goldenrod, I obviously go straight to get the TM for Return. This is the strongest move that we're ever going to learn, and I bet it's going to be insanely weak still. That said, I'm really pumped to see how much better this is against the normal gym than Constrict. Because, oh man, Constrict was useless. Alright, I kinda saw this coming. So although Return is a lot stronger, we can't beat Miltank due to Milk Drink. We deal less damage than she heals with it, and Attract means we lose tons of turns. Even with Rest and Mud Slap to make absolutely sure that we never go down, it just doesn't work. I need to level up some more. So at level 41, I had to give this one a bunch of tries. Here's the strategy that I found that works. I have to use Mud Slap about twice. See, if I use it all 6 times, then she'll just spam Milk Drink and heal faster than we can hurt her. But if I just use 2, then she'll often hit Rollout for a couple of turns, dealing very little damage, then have it miss before it gets strong. That forces her to keep using Rollout while we keep hitting her, rather than giving her the chance to use Milk Drink. She still does it, and it takes a long time before this strategy works out because of her Attract making us miss turns, but eventually it worked. Finally, some progress. Okay, so the next big challenge is the Ghost Gym, then the Fighting Gym, Steel Gym, and Ice Gyms. I'm really not sure how the Ghost Gym will go since I think that Curse will doom us, and we're really slow, but if they don't go for Curse, then maybe we'll be okay. Rest doesn't get rid of Curse. I might need to replace Mud Slap with Dig for the damage. I mean, unless Curse works while I'm underground, then the extra turns on Dig might spell my doom. I don't think Curse works while we're underground though, so I think we're good. Before I'm ready for that though, this is a great time to talk about this episode's sponsor, Chimera. The heat waves are in full effect and we're deep into summer. You know what that means. You need some t-shirts. It's t-shirt weather, and Chimera has you covered. Literally, like in clothes. They've got both plain tees and graphic tees, so you can grab whatever your heart desires. It's an affordable and comfortable way to keep the sun from frying you alive while you're doing the lawn. So if you want to support the channel and look good while doing it, then hit up the link in the description to go to Chimera and pick up something breezy and nice to wear this summer. Now, normally I'd say to use the promo code Mah-Dry-Bread at checkout for 10% off your order and to let them know that I sent you, but there's actually a big 30% off sale going on the whole site right now. I think you can still use my promo code just to let them know that you came from me. I think. You know what, if that doesn't work, then just go with the 30% off, whatever saves you the most money. I think we're ready for the Ghost Gym. Wish me luck. Wow. Believe it or not, the Ghost Gym was a first try. Turns out that Dig is a one-shot on most of his team, and Curse doesn't work while we're underground. They seem to pick completely random moves, and the only time they went for Curse was while we were underground, so it worked out great. Alright, so we have the Fighting Gym, the Steel Gym, and then the Ice Gym. I think the Fighting Gym will go fine, but I'm pretty worried about not doing enough damage to take down Steelix in the Steel Gym. Ice Gym is always easy, though. Also, we're finally at the point of the game where travel is reasonably easy, and we're overleveled enough that even with our below 40 attack, we can still one-shot quite a few trainers. Trainer Pokemon in Gen 2 are notoriously underleveled. Wow, alright. So the Fighting Gym goes awful. Every single time I just get stalled out on Poliwrath badly. He puts us to sleep and then confuses us over and over. Every time we wake up, we just have to use rest to get our health back. I doubt it's going to be easier, but let's try the Steel Gym next. I can't believe it. It's one of those runs where the Steel Gym is easier than the Fighting Gym. That's really rare. Now, I don't want to say that the fight is necessarily easy. We could have lost this, but it was still a first try. The Magnemites are one-shots with Dig. Steelix is the only real threat. First of all, it has Screech, so we have to boost our defense to make up for whatever loss we can. She doesn't do much damage to us, but we don't do much damage to her either. 8 digs and a handful of returns is what it takes to make Steelix faint, so I had to keep resting for health and chipping away at it when I could. I'm just happy that she used a Hyper Potion a bit earlier than I was expecting. I still don't feel great about the Fighting Gym since we're not really any stronger, so I'm gonna do the Rocket Hideout and the Ice Gym first. I figure the Ice Gym will be easy. Hey, after we finally beat the Fighting Gym and go to Radio Tower, do you think the rival is gonna be hard? Because I'm a little bit worried about it. Oh man, in the Dragon Gym, Kingdra with Surf and Rest. We're weak to water moves, that's gonna be a nightmare. So the Ice Gym was very easy. Real shocker, I know. I was a little worried about his Dugong at the end because I thought it could out-heal us, but it actually couldn't, so it went really well. Now the Fighting Gym really confused me. I think we're only about 5 levels higher than last time I tried this place, but it went much better. We got some hits on Poliwrath way earlier in the fight than usual, so I had an easy time finishing him off after a short time asleep from hypnosis. Time for the Radio Tower. The only dangerous thing about this place is that you tend to get poisoned a lot, but we have rest, so we can get rid of it. Nothing here stands a chance against us other than our rival. I could see that being pretty hard. Let's go give it a try. Nope, I was totally wrong. Wasn't hard at all. It was almost a sweep, in fact. They hardly hurt us at all. We were actually faster than a lot of them too. I think double checking our IVs at the start really paid off. Hey, last bit of travel before the Dragon Gym. This one actually has me really worried though. I know that they're gonna be faster than us and they'll have Thunder Wave, so getting paralyzed and having to use rest to remove it is likely. Problem is the ace of the gym is Kingdra, who could use rest and spam Smoke Screen so that we can't hit it anymore. If she smoke screens, then spams Surf, we're bound to lose. I mean, I guess I could double team, and I could do it early in the fight, but honestly, using a Shuckle with rest and double team is probably an auto win for me every single fight of the run that doesn't involve Leech, Seed, Curse, or needing more power points than I have. TM Double Team is a last resort. Let's see what happens when I get there naturally. Okay, so we tried the fight a few times at level 60, and yeah, Smokescreen is what's keeping us from winning. We could win in less hits if we got stronger, but it would still take a lot of luck to actually win. The Dragonairs themselves aren't too hard, but they always paralyze us right away, so they take a while to take down. I figured the fight will be easy once we can handle Kingdra, but that might take a few levels. Let's come back 5 levels higher. Okay, so next try, and this didn't go at all how I expected. For some reason, she totally stopped using Smokescreen and just spammed Surf the whole time. That actually made the fight a lot easier. It does hit us reasonably hard, but we can heal and out-damage her, so we're good. The fight went great. Well, that just leaves us with one rival fight before the Elite Four. I still don't feel great about my chances against Lance, but I bet we could at least get partway through the Elite Four. I'm not even worried about our rival right now. He's been a total pushover the last few times. Yeah, that's what I thought. It only took 3 tries, and that was just because of Haunter using Curse on the first turn on a few attempts. This is kinda crazy. I feel like Shuckle's doing way better in this run than he did in Fire Red years ago. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our stats. Well, 133 health isn't much, but I kind of feel like our 348 defense and 340 special defense kind of makes up for it. 57 speed is pretty low, but we're still faster than I expected, and 64 attack is way more than I expected. It's still way less attack than we'd normally have at this level with other Pokemon, but it's really good for a Shuckle. If they don't have any crazy effects I can't handle, then maybe we stand a chance. I made sure to pick up the TM for Earthquake and Victory Road to replace Dig so that we have a better move to handle Gengar. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Psychic Trainer Will. This fight was awful and I tried it a million times. Here's how all of them look. The entire thing would be super easy if we just didn't get hit by Leech Seed, but that's never gonna happen. We have a long fight with Exeggutor, so I can't get him to just not use Leech Seed. He gets too many chances to use it, and once that's locked in, we lose health to our opponent the entire rest of the fight. Even after Exeggutor faints. Even Rest doesn't shake it. It's such a brutal move. I'll get up to our average Elite Four level of 70 and see how many hits it takes to take down Exeggutor. Literally the first try at level 70, and not only did they send out Exeggutor last, but he didn't use Leech Seed. Alright, well, thanks. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. This was a really slow but pretty easy fight. See, they poison us all the time, so we have to use Rest pretty often to get rid of it. Nothing could really do a ton of damage all at once though, so I don't think we were ever in any real danger of fainting. I just had to be sure to take care of Toxic early on, since that move gets out of hand pretty fast. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Most of his team was easy, but we had a really close call with Machamp after he crit us with Cross Chop to bring us to just above red health. We actually had a speed advantage on him though, so he couldn't finish us off. Even Hitmonlee's high jump kick right after did like 11 damage. We're just too tanky for him. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. This fight took a ton of tries for 2 reasons. One is that Umbreon uses Sand Attack right away on every attempt, so accuracy is an issue. And the second issue is Vileplume, who can actually deal some decent damage, likes to paralyze us, and confuses us. I don't think we were ever really close to fainting on this run, mostly because I got a bit luckier with not missing a ton of turns in a row. Finally, Pokemon Champion Lance. We run into an amazing new problem in this fight that I should have anticipated. You know the running joke about how Lance is a flying trainer because his entire team in this game were flying types? Well, that means we can't use Earthquake, so we only have 20 power points worth of return to win the entire fight with. As long as I'm careful with Rest, this is a pretty easy fight, but we run out of return against the last Dragonite in my best attempts. I think I'm gonna have to run through the Elite Four a couple of times for some levels, and use some power point ups on return. I'm confident that I could win this fight in a few attempts if we're just a little bit stronger. Alright, we're back at level 78. Regular strategy for this, just spamming Withdraw against Aerodactyl to get our defense up. We actually had a really close call thanks to some flinches that made us go down to only 10 health before healing back up, but it never got any closer than that. We lost a few tries to Aerodactyl early from flinches, but as soon as we didn't flinch, we had a pretty easy time. They took us to just below half health a handful of times, but it was never really an issue. With that victory, we get into the Hall of Fame and win the run, but you know it's not over yet. Gen 2 has all of Kanto in the post-game, including 8 gym battles and a secret final boss fight with Red. 7 of those 8 gym battles are super easy since they're weaker than the Elite Four, so we're gonna skip ahead to the next real challenge, Blue. I made sure to pick up leftovers in my travels, and the Poison Gym got us the TM for Toxic, and I think we're gonna need that to win this run. Time for Blue. First is Pidgeot, who goes down easily, and second was Rhydon, so I took it as my chance to max out my defense. It was super easy, Rhydon never does anything to us. Water Onix crits a Hydro Pump while it's raining for great damage. I rested to heal, but he kept hitting Hydro Pumps, so I had to keep healing. Once he ran out of power points for it, though, he was super easy. RK9 was next, and he burned us, but other than that, he was also pretty easy. He did hang on longer once by using Roar, then using the extra turn that he got to use a full restore, plus I had to withdraw a bunch again after I switched back into Shuckle, but he was still fine. He couldn't hurt us that much. Executor was next, and he went down in 3 hits, and last was Alakazam, who was smart to use Reflect right away, but we still easily overpowered him. He could just hardly hurt us. Wow, I can't believe how well that went. Let's walk over to Red. We're here. Time for the first try at Red. Pikachu goes perfectly, with him missing and us one-shotting him with Earthquake. Awesome. I was worried about Charm ruining our attack. Next is Blastoise, and right away, his Rain Dance and Surf hit us really hard. I hit him with Toxic, but he takes us out way too fast. Okay, I anticipated this. Let's come back a few levels higher for a little bit more health and special defense. Level 90. Nah, not enough special defense yet. If I had a little more, then I could survive another Surf, though. Then maybe I could outlast him with Toxic. Oh man, would you look at how brutally close we come to making him faint at level 95? If we survived that final hit, then the Toxic poison damage would have finished him off. I think this is actually possible at level 100. So after a few tries at level 100 where the damage ranges don't quite work out, we had this one where it was perfect. We still lost tons of health, but we were finally able to take out Blastoise. As Snorlax came out, we were still asleep, but he was just using Amnesia to waste time rather than finish us off. As soon as I woke up, I used Toxic and then rested to heal, since he paralyzed us right away off a Body Slam. It took forever to actually take him down since his health is crazy, but Toxic helped a lot, and he only ever did like 10 damage to us, so we were fine. Next up is Venusaur, who makes it sunny and spams solar beams, but it really didn't do much to us. What was more annoying was Sunny Day and Synthesis out healing us. I was worried we'd get stalled out, but he stopped healing at some point, so we took him out. Second from last is Espeon, who put the fear of God into me right away when he outsped us and crit Psychic to deal tons of damage, then used Reflect to try and shut down our attack. Naturally, I just hit Toxic and then rested to heal back up. We took Espeon out, but we got crit right before he fainted. As Charizard came out, we had to heal again, of course, and we had some pretty close calls because he just kept critting me. We had to go right back to sleep the moment we woke up and hope the poison damage could chip away at him. It got too close for comfort at times, but as long as he didn't crit multiple times in a row, we could last long enough to keep using rest and let the poison take him out. It actually worked. We won. You know, that went a lot better than I thought it would. I kinda just assumed that Red was a 50-50 chance on being impossible or not. I really hope you guys like that run. The next challenge should be up next week on Saturday like usual with Fallout 3 with only silencers. It's my first Fallout 3 run in 2.5 years, so I'm really pumped to play again. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Oh man, it's time for the outro. Alright. I don't know if I've talked about this in one of these outros before. I feel like I did a few weeks ago, where I was talking about Fridge Repairman and how Fridge Repairman may be a myth. I have had a saga for over a month now of the fridge not working properly, and finally, we got the new fridge installed yesterday, but they didn't take away, like, the old fridge yet. That's getting taken away today. So this whole day, I'm just expected to check my phone constantly to see if I get a message telling me what time the fridge people are gonna be here to just pick up the fridge real quick. Almost out of this never-ending fridge nightmare. Because knowing my luck, they're going to show up as soon as I'm in this room with the door closed recording a voiceover, and they're not going to ring the doorbell, and I'm not going to hear it, you know, Oh man, that's life. So I need to go make myself some food. I have had breakfast, don't worry. I need to go make myself some more food and keep an ear out for the fridge people. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.